Commissioner, terrific to see you.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you as
for
well.
everything. I'm
Thank you.
sorry, I know we've been trying to reach each other these past few days. I look forward to speaking with you in detail about some of these issues.
Me too.
I only have 3 minutes, so I'll get right to it.
Yeah.
First, I want to say your team in the Hudson Valley, Kelly Turturro and her team are fabulous. They're absolutely fabulous. So kudos there. I want to talk about water. In my district, water. I've got the east of Hudson watershed in my district. Almost all my communities are living with enhanced MS4s for phosphorus reduction. We also have local reservoirs, neighborhood lakes. So water is really top of mind. The absence of infrastructure, aging septics, not only is it an environmental issue, it's an economic development issue, it's affordable housing issue, yada, yada, yada. We had legislation that both houses passed that would have monitored 40,000 miles of streams, which the Trump administration had deregulated. So the veto message was we didn't have the personnel in DEC to do that. We're bringing on 47 people to deal with climate change and resiliency issues, which is fabulous. I don't have a problem with that. I applaud that. But could we not have maybe put 40 folks on climate change and 7 people onto the water side of the shop?
Good question. So I think conceptually, we agree that we'd like to improve protections for our streams and watersheds. It's something we've been talking about for several years. As you know, we had proposed an effort last year in the budget that unfortunately wasn't successful. And then when we saw the legislature's effort during the session on streams, again, conceptually certainly not a bad idea, but it gave us a pause. As we looked at it, could have demanded dozens of staff as we began to unpack what that would have meant for the agency. Right in the middle of the pandemic, when we were in a hiring freeze and people were working from homes and shelters, that for us was a reason why we, I think, put a hard look on that. Can we improve our already aggressive watershed protection rules and regs? Yes, we can look into that, and we'd be happy to talk with you about it. But I think it's really important to understand what that would have layered onto our staff, an enormous burden in the context of a very challenging economy.
Okay, in my 10 seconds left, just want to put on your radar streamlining funding for lake protection and cleanup. It's you have some of it. The State Department has some of it. EFC has some of it. So we need to find ways to streamline that. Be happy to speak with you, and also enhance treatment unit decentralized septic regulations. Would love to speak with you about that. About a third of the cost of a conventional sewage treatment plant.
Got it. Let's get a call going on that. Be happy to talk with you more about it.
Terrific. Thank you. Commissioner, good to see you. Thank you for all you and your team do. And just want to put in a plug for the Hudson Valley team you have. They do a remarkable job. I just want to follow up on what Senator Hoylman was talking about with Trump Park, which is in my Senate district. And I work with him to put the funding component into the name change. And the reason is, you mentioned it, it's a beautiful spot, and there are kind of the semblance of 2 trail systems. But for a couple decades now, people have been promised that the real build out of the trail system, the full plan, would be developed. And you're right, there's been work done there over the years, but it's not been the robust, let's build this out, make it a real community amenity. And I'm glad to see that, there's 140 million in capital, new capital for our parks. So, regardless of the name, I'm talking about just the amenity of making this a community asset. Would you support using a portion of that 140 million to finally finish the trail build out in that facility?
Yeah, and I should say we are actually, I mean, as you know, right, the park has 2 units. And I don't know if you've been down, we continue to do work there. I mean, we've been working all last year at the French Hill unit, down the southern piece, and have had our trail crew out there. So that's work that we expect to continue because those are very nice, actually, community parks, as you say, regardless of the name. Regardless of your feelings about the name, they're nice community parks that they're easy access from those local streets. So very much so.
Right. And we just want to see that finished. That's all. All right. Thank you.